welcome or welcome back to my channel, Journey with Corinne. I'm Corinne, and today's video, we're doing things a little different. I'm actually gonna film an intro. Hey, so anywho, today's video is going to be about get her together, girl, clean her up, baby. It's about a perm rod set. Today's video is about my first perm rod set. And when I say my first, not like my actual first. I've had perm rod sets in the past. Okay, yeah. So I've had perm rod sets in the past, but this is going to be the first time in like years, probably since I was a child, that I've done a perm rod set. And it's going to be the first time I've done one on myself. So, the first part of the video, you're going to get into my like wash day reset routine. I did this. Besides that, I wanted to kind of get into explaining a little bit about what my channel is going to be. And I know I probably should have done a separate video for this, but I figured today is the best day to get that done. I call my channel Journey with Corinne because, as you all know, we all go on these life journeys, and I feel like every aspect of myself is a journey within itself, right? And one of the things that's really, really close to me is self-care. And when I say self-care, that encompasses a lot of things. It includes my hair care, it includes my skin care, it includes just my overall health internally, and the food that I consume, and whether or not I exercise. And so I started this channel because I wanted to share that with people. The hope for my channel was to be able to not only share my journey, but to provide some really useful information to those that watch, whether you be older, younger, a teenager, just starting your hair care journey or your skincare journey or whatever journey that you're on, that includes in like self-improvement, right? People are really, really focused on improving themselves, or at least they should be if they aren't focused on improving themselves. I am, and I also have nieces that are getting older and like learning how to do things for themselves and learning how to do their hair and like what products and things to use and all of those things. And so because I'm not with them, I wanted to be able to provide some sort of reference that they could go back to and, you know, figure things out. Hey, nieces. Anyways, I have done enough talking about 3.5 minutes worth. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to mention is, or the last thing I'm going to mention before we get into the video, is I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel. It's going to be a herbal series, and it's going to include different herbs that will kind of help you combat different things that are going on, whether it be for your skin, for your hair, things like allergies, for the women out there, the young girls out there, menstrual situations, you know, that time of the month, things like that. So if you're interested in that, stick around because we're going to get into it very, very soon. Other than that, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on all of your post notifications, and make sure you turn it to all so you get notified every time I drop a video. And yeah, let's get into it. So we're jumping into my wash day reset routine. And I'm not going to talk much through this, but I did want to show this part because I am using new products. So enjoy. right, y'all, we are back for another hair video. So we start off our roller set by using leave-in conditioner. I use a spray. You can use any leave-in conditioner of your choice. That's the rollers that I'm using, and then we're going to use that mousse to set the style. Working that mousse in. I'm already done the back part of that section, and you can't really see much, so I didn't show you much. And now I'm just showing you how I am rolling everything. You want to make sure, and I didn't do such a good job on every single one of them, but you want to make sure that you are smoothing out your ends very, very well, because the way that it dries is how your ends are going to look until you decide to like take that hairstyle out. So just fair warning. And so I'm trying to get it wrapped as tightly as possible without like pulling my hair and my scalp. And obviously I could have done a better job at like putting them in and, you know, choosing the location and parting and all of that stuff. But, you know, trial and error. And I enjoyed the hairstyle. I like the hairstyle. I think it came out really cute. You guys can give me your opinion in the comment section once you finish watching this. But I switched it up on this section because there's parts of my hair towards my like hairline that are shorter than the rest, and I didn't want it pulling or snagging too much. So I decided to go with a smaller section right there. So I used a smaller roller. You can keep the roller size consistent if you would like. About halfway through the back, I realized that I should have used the larger rollers in the back section and the smaller rollers towards the front section. But, you know, I was halfway through. I wasn't going to start over. And so I just rocked with it. All right, there's the back. You see how chaotic it looks, but you know, what's that little thing on TikTok? Trust the process. Yes, I decided to go ahead and trust the process and keep going with it, although there were some things that I immediately want to change. But again, I was like halfway through and I just wasn't gonna do it over again. And so we're just rolling and we're rolling and we're rolling. If you notice, as I'm rolling some of them, I'm like twisting my arm, twisting my wrist around to kind of coil the hair. I think I like the way that looks, but I prefer just rolling it regularly because it smooths out my hair a lot better than twisting and coiling it like that. All right, girl, we're done. I took the last little piece out just to make sure that it was like really, really secure. Like I said, some of the pieces near, what is this, my hairline is shorter than the other one. So just had to make sure that they were in. All right, we're done. Okay, so like I said, I probably should have put all of the blue ones back here and then the orange ones up front. So I cooked for about an hour and a half. All right, we're back. And I'm gonna just test these. This one, make sure they're dry.
I recommend testing different sections of your hair just to make sure that everything is completely dry. You don't want to start taking them down and get halfway through and realize that some pieces are still damp, because your hair will like revert again. As you saw, I did add a little bit of serum to my hands just to make sure, you know, so that the curls just slipped right on through, and add a little shine to my hair. Although, as you can see, as I'm taking the rollers out, like my hair is already shiny by itself. Come on, girl. Come through, curls. So it's about this time that I'm starting to like realize that I am really, really liking these bouncy, juicy little curls. Now, some pieces were a little disappointing, but that was all user error. I will admit it. Like I said, my arms started to give out, and so I rolled it how I could. But the curls just look so good, don't they? I will say, as I was separating them, I was trying to break up the curls into like natural pieces. Like I was kind of separating them and letting them just break off how they wanted to break off. When I redo it, I'm going to break up those curls into a lot smaller pieces. I do think I like that look a little better with the curls broken up into smaller pieces, separated a little more. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do the next time, which is probably going to be the next few videos from now. So y'all will get to see. So if I'm being completely honest, these last few rollers that came out, a part of me was like, I didn't really like the way that it looked, but of course I knew I was gonna have to like manipulate the front a little bit to make it work in my favor. It just told me that there are some things that I'm going to need to change the next time that I try this hairstyle, and I'll show y'all that how it comes out. I wouldn't call this a fail because, like I said, I was able to kind of work with it and manipulate it a little bit to make sure that it still looked cute in my opinion. I broke up the curls a little more the next day. See, at this point I'm like tired and I'm just ready to like go to bed because it's not really looking how I wanted it to look, especially around this front area here. I'm realizing that I probably put the rollers in incorrectly, in the sense of this is not the outcome that I was looking for. But I'm fluffing it out at the roots to kind of give it a little more volume. And at this point, I think I finally just give up and say, F it, I'm going to bed. And I throw my satin cap on and try to work with it in the morning.
All right. So, how'd y'all like that? If I did not say in the intro, this is actually what the Perm Rod set ended up looking like. I really, really, really like the way that the bottom curled. But yeah, I really love the way that the bottom of my hair curled, right? And my roots are certainly straighter now than they were when I did the Velcro set. My thoughts on perm rod
So
sets
that's one of
are
the pieces
I
I had to
love the curl
manipulate a
pattern,
little
right?
bit
This is
with
probably going
my
to be
curling
my
iron. Just wanted to be
signature
honest
curl, my
about that.
signature look going forward for a while at least, because it's a lot easier to me Then using flexi rods, I certainly, it's a lot less painful than using the self grip rollers that stick to everything. I hate those. So yeah, my thoughts on them. One, shout out to all of the professionals, hairstylists, cosmetologists, people who went to school for that, because let me tell you, the way my doggone arm was hurting while I was putting, like, this half, fine. As soon as I got to this tab, baby, my arm started locking up. It started to lock up, and for a moment, I almost gave up. But I pushed through because, you know, whatever. But anywho, shout out to y'all, because I don't get it. You know, we all have our calling, and being a hairstylist was not mine. But I love the way the curls came out. I will say that, or what I would change about the way that I put them in is, one, I think I'm gonna just use the orange, all orange rollers or all blue rollers moving forward. Two, next time, instead of, I think, putting them, so I split them down the middle, split my hair down the middle as you saw in the video, and then I did them that way, right? Going to the sides there. Next time, I think I'm going to roll them going forward, right? This whole section, so that all of the curls fall down into my face. This is actually the day after. It hasn't really been 24 hours, so I guess you could call it, yeah, day one maybe. But I did sleep on them, girl, because it was late by the time I finished these, right? Do I recommend them? Yes. I think that, like I said, they're easy enough for anybody to kind of get it. It might be a little rough your first time trying to figure out like which way to like roll your hands and roll the curl and all of that. But I think after a few tries, like, it'll probably be the easiest thing. I'm going to repeat this next week with just all orange rollers and see how I like that. Otherwise, these are A1, like, for real, A1. Yeah, so you don't really need that many products to achieve this hairstyle. I'm going to link below the set of rollers that I used. Do I recommend those? Yeah, they're fine. Like, 3 of them came defective, and then 2 of them popped as I was putting them back on, or putting them in my hair. I think you're probably going to run into that issue with whatever set of perm rods that you get. If you use perm rods, you know what I'm talking about. There are tons of listings on Amazon, so if you don't want to get the ones that I get, there are several that you could choose from. But if you do, I'm going to go ahead and link it. Yeah, that's it. Anywho, thank you for joining me, and see you guys next time. All right, bye.